Put on your big kid pants. We're going to Knott's Scary Farm. Ooh.
Let's go to the park!
Because it's October, well past Founders Day, it's officially Halloween season, and Knott's is fully decked out in all of its creepy and crawly decor throughout the park. And look, no water in the fountain. Right now, it's actually frozen with literal terror. And when the next season rolls around, it'll just be frozen. But not really. It'll be done with lights. I mean, this is Southern California. Fountains don't freeze here. Except with terror. Ooh. And speaking of terror, around every corner here, there's spiderwebs, skeletons, creepy critters, and a whole slew of constant visual reminders that once the sun goes down, there aren't very many areas in the park where you can consider yourself to be safe from monsters. Because they're everywhere here. I see you shiver with anticipation. Or maybe it's just plain old fear, because between all of the mazes and the scare zones that are scattered throughout the park, there's always some sort of frighteningly ghoulish creature that's never very far away from you. There's more than 1,000 of them that are here during the haunt. That's a lot of monsters. It's practically a score, or a legion. Yikes. But it takes a lot of monsters to fill all the mazes and scare zones throughout the park, where they can frighten the thousands and thousands of park guests that come to visit the haunt every year. It's a cavalcade of terror for everyone. Yay! You get a terror, and 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 spine-tingling chills for you, Chuck. Good old Charlie Brown's got that look on his face because he knows that once the sun goes down and the haunt begins, Camp Snoopy turns into the Hollow. Yeah, this is the time of year when the adults are doing the screaming and crying in this part of the park instead of the children. And someone should probably tell Linus that he really doesn't want to meet the Great Pumpkin around these parts. Oh no. No. That would be a one-time meeting. Emphasis on the eating part. I don't think Lucy's psychiatric services cover that kind of thing. The doctor is out. Now, being terrified can work up a killer appetite. So there's a bunch of special food items that Knott's is serving up just for the haunt. And in case you were wondering, your meal plan doesn't work during the haunt. Now you know. Though if you're here during the rest of the year, the meal plan is a great deal. There's also an all-you-can-eat buffet where you can have a meal with some of the monsters and get the chance to do some of the mazes a little bit early. And of course, if you want to take a break from having the daylight scared out of you, you can always catch a performance of the Conjurer's Magic Show, the Puppet Up Improv Show, get a bite to eat, or take a spin on any of the rides that are open during the haunt. Now, it's not just certain areas that get a haunted holiday makeover during this time of year. Hang Time and Supreme Scream get into the spirit of things after the sun goes down with terrifying colored lights. And the Timber Mountain Log Ride also transforms into the Halloween Hootenanny, a spookier version of the ride. Complete with a custom soundtrack performed by Knott's Berry Farm's famously talented house band, Crazy Kirk and the Hillbillies. You know, the band that used to play at that other place.
What's fantastic? Better than World of Color.
Now, if you go for a log ride during the haunt, get ready for a real Halloween hootenanny, and beware of the monsters waiting to scare you as you float your way down the flume. Which, by the way, is a tradition that goes back to Scary Farm's origins, when the ride's creator, Bud Hurlbutt, would do the same thing in a gorilla costume on the Calico Mine ride. That kind of monkey business is totally bananas. When a primate makes you cry, mate, with spine-tingling terror in 3D. Now, for those who want to take home a souvenir from Knott's Scary Farm, or a special one-of-a-kind piece of artwork, the farm has a selection of both inside the Bizarre Bazaar, featuring the Into the Fog art display. Uh-oh. The coveted Knott's Scary Farm ticket is now on sale. Better grab it before someone else gets it. Now, we've already gotten a sneak peek at some of the chills and thrills that await us on the farm this fall during the haunt when we visited the preview event in August. So we already know a bit about what's in store for us here after dark. But there's really no substitute for experiencing it all firsthand. And now I see that the sun is going down and the fog is rolling in. So that means that it's time to experience the terror that awaits inside Knott's scary farm.
It's a beautiful night to turn out the lights and pretend we don't hear a thing. A walk through the dark of a moonlit park isn't quite as safe as it seems. The strangers in the shadows will find us all, but please don't let them hear you scream. Oh no. The worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. Every step that you take and every clue that you wake reminds us that the ghosts are real. I feel a little chill from my head to my heels, and I think we're in for a thrill. If you hold my hand and move together, we can't escape being a zombie nail. Oh yeah. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out, the worms play pinochle on your snout.
Hey, check it out. The galloping goose is on the tracks today. Now, if you've never seen that thing on the train tracks here at Knott's before, you probably came here on a busy day. Yeah, they only bring out the goose when the crowds here in the park are light. But if you've never had a chance to ride the galloping goose, I suggest coming here on one of the off-season days and checking it out. It's a completely different experience. And I don't think it really gallops so much as it meanders or moseys on down the tracks.